Alright guys, bear with me if you are there. I'm getting this all set up here. If you're not familiar, my phone broke. And so, it's either using my Xbox, my PS4, or using a computer. So I'm going to go ahead and use this gaming computer I have back here. Desktop audio device. Let's see here. Check, check, check. Let's see. Audio meter. Check, check, check. Can you hear me? If you can hear me now, let me know. Still trying to figure out where this damn video camera's at. Desktop audio, scene, mic, auxiliary, mic, auxiliary. I just see mics. Audio. I see audio, but I don't see video. Process priority. I guess we'll set this to high priority here. I have a feeling what's going to end up happening is what happened last time. For some reason, I'm not getting a video capture still. So let me go ahead and get out of the options here. Sources. Let's add a source here. Video capture device. Here we go. Let's go ahead and center. It's like it still needs to come up a little bit. But right there. Match output frames per second, video format any. Keep Keep it on default color space. You know what? Let's just go ahead and go default on this. We'll configure our video. Pretty good. Let's see if we can do some face tracking here. No face tracking? No? Oh, cool. Looks like it's working a little bit here. We'll apply that. Backlight compensation. No, we don't need that. See if I do auto white balance. So 4,500. 5,000 is about right. Game control. low light. Let's try that. Alright. Let's see here. Switch this back. Let's go ahead and get out of there. You can see I've been quite busy today. See the front end here. Now I can actually review some comments, see what's going on. Come on now. Come on now. Watch me play Hangouts, huh? Watch me play throw. Come on now. Now of course I am pulling a higher resolution stream into the feed, so maybe if I make the size of my video box here smaller, I won't be sending so much data to the frame rates. Oh, here we go. We got D-Dub. Mr. D-Dub. I know I'm in a tiny box. Watch, I'm gonna put the box in the middle. Mr. Boxing. You know what? We need to add a scene here. NG logo. multi-view. Damn it. Let's get rid of this little scene here. Just leave it on there. Let's see here, full screen projector, window projector. Filters. So let's go snap that there. Alright. How's that, D-Dub? Alright, I'm gonna talk to y'all. Waiting for my chat to come up here. Top chat. Set this thing to live. If you give me one moment here, I'm trying to adjust. We'll go live chat. Damn. And then we're gonna go to here. I'm gonna change my settings on my playback so that way I'm not using so much of my system resources for watching the video. That way I know what the video looks like, you know. Back a little bit other way. Come on. Settings. Show me the settings. Show me the settings. Good morning, Sherry, Aussie Shooter, D-Dub. I can see y'all in here. Welcome. I'm really glad that you're here. I'm gonna work on my ass off getting this all set up. You know what? I'm gonna hit stop on the playback of the video and see if I can just access this here. So. Oh, okay. Here we go. Let's try this. So if you're not familiar yet, my phone is totally toast. It boots up into the bootloader, I should say. It will show the LG screen. This is a Cricket phone, by the way. Anyway, so it'll go from here into this Cricket loading screen with the little bars, and then next it will try to access the data on the phone to boot it, but then it just gets jammed up, and then it just goes into a loop. And then some of the times it'll get past that point and it'll show an all black screen with a little white box. It's saying that it's optimizing my apps, but it only shows 6 apps total that it's actually optimizing. So I'm not quite sure why. I'll tip that so it doesn't give you so much glare. But yeah, so my phone's toast. I'm hoping to see tax money back soon. As soon as it gets here, I can get a new phone. But in the meantime, I'm finally sitting down, getting my system configured. I have work coming up 1 week from today. I'm going to be working overnights, about 12 hours, you know, each shift. Basically reinstalling a bunch of equipment at McDonald's locations, like their store, you know, their servers and their communications. Like I think one of them is for like an order entry system. Like where you just walk up and you type in what you want and then it sends the order back to the make area. But we're gonna be ripping out a bunch of the older systems and replacing them with these newer kiosk style order entry systems. So it should be pretty cool. But I believe it pays like $20 or $30 an hour. So should be some pretty good money. And then I can start paying some bills and helping my wife out so she's not like losing her mind, you know. But it looks like my my video tracking is working here. Just want to test this out and see how far up this thing will actually go to track my face. Oh wow, the camera's actually zooming out to track me. That is super cool. So you guys having a good day? Did I lose everybody? What's the deal? One person watching. Okay. So how you doing today, Aussie? You having a good one out there? See? This thing's going through the loop again. It literally just reloaded. So what do you guys think about this whole thing with the Florida shooting? Do you think it's a gun grab? Do you think it's a false flag? Multiple shooters, one shooter? Do you think that the kid that they got in custody is the actual shooter? Do you believe the eyewitness accounts from the other students? Like the one where the girl says that she saw Mr. Cruz and talked to him in the hallway while there was gunfire going off on the other side of the school. And what about this this other kid? He was featured on Alex Jones a few days back. I can't remember his name right offhand, but it's this black kid, right? Exactly what he is, black kid. You'd call me a white guy or a white kid. So this black kid, he was at the school, and his friend was using his phone and calling his mom, I believe, and telling her that there was an active shooter. It was a code red, and then the teacher took the phone away and told them not to say anything about it, which didn't make sense. I really think that there's a gun grab going on, but I also think that these people are trying to incite a civil war, because what'll end up happening is, I mean, you're aware, you know, there's more than one gun per American on average. All it would take is the lawmakers to go and say, hey, you know what? We're going to go ahead and put armed guards in the schools, and parents are going to be against that. Then you say, well, what about the other option? Lock it all down and lock down the guns. You know, basically reevaluate everybody that's a gun owner and do a psychological evaluation Anybody that owns a firearm has to go back to a psychiatrist or a psychologist, and then do a psychological evaluation to go through all the steps to see if that person is considered to be a threat or unstable. Let's see here. And then if they do determine that person to be a threat or unstable, then where does it go from there? Does it spiral out of control? Do the gun rights get taken away for that one person? Or does it turn into something else where they might be a father, a mother, where they have children, and they say, oh, well, they're not fit to own a gun, so now they're probably not fit to be an active member of society or be a parent. Then you get CPS that steps in, they take the kids away, and now you've got children in the foster system, where there's another reason for those entities to take more tax money, because now you have someone that's probably been institutionalized because they've been deemed unfit to take care of themselves or someone else, which that will probably push them to have a psychotic break when their family's ripped away and their gun rights are taken away. So either they get shot and killed by the police, they get locked up in jail or prison, or they get sent off and committed to a psychiatric evaluation for 72 hours or a permanent stay, and just say, fuck it, we're going to take it past this and just commit them. So then now you've got a situation where people aren't going to put up with that shit anymore. They're going to say, you know what, come and try to take my guns away, and I'll put a bullet in your fucking head. I'm an American. I deserve to have my guns. I am responsible. I don't go out and hurt people. I will defend myself and my family and my country. I will defend my friends and my family. If someone I see that is a stranger is in distress and someone is being taken advantage of or hurt in a situation that's causing bodily injury or even psychological injury, if someone's brandishing a weapon, or even attempting to hurt another person with a weapon, you're going to have these people that are going to stand up, like myself, that are going to say, you know what, if you're going to go out there and try to hurt other people, then we, in turn, are going to hurt you and take you out. Or we will hold you at gunpoint or knife point, or I will use my bare fists to detain you if I have to. I will take a bullet for that person if I have to stop you from doing what you're doing, because right now you are hurting other people. And I personally, I really do believe in a lot of that element, and as far as like where I stand now, I also believe that we are on the brink of a civil war. Americans are tired of the bullshit. We're tired of seeing places get shot up, including our children's schools. I have a daughter. She's 10. She's at school right now, and I worry day in, day out that she could be potentially a victim of a school shooting. Now, yes, she's in a charter, a private charter, but that doesn't necessarily mean that she's safer. You can literally just walk right into these schools. There's nothing stopping anybody. So what I am proposing is that we do get armed security, not just at the doors of these buildings, but at the outskirts of the perimeter of the actual facilities. So, at the entry points, just like you would at, like an airport or a government building, treat it the same way. If they don't get past that first checkpoint before they even try to roll into a parking lot, that's what needs to happen. There needs to be people detaining people at those points of interest. That way we have a safety fence set up, so we don't have these things happening. If there would have been guards outside of that school checking everybody as they came in, you know, just like how they do the border patrol, they scan each car, you put a mirror under it, you have your dogs go around, they sniff. You're asked, hey, do you have any weapons? All they have to do is run your license plate or your driver's license. They know firsthand if you have guns registered to you. Now, if they're not registered, that's what the dogs are for. You can always have a dog go in and sniff for gunpowder residue or a GSR. So you get some dogs out there that go and look for that kind of stuff at each of these checkpoints to make sure that you don't have somebody bringing anything in. Maybe have X-rays at the secondary area. That way, if they try to enter a building with a knife that's concealed or another weapon that may not be metal, that way you can still see it. These people are going to stop at nothing to hurt others. They don't care. They will find a way to get a weapon in, whether it's a gun, a knife, poison, especially poison. I would watch out for poisonings. All it would take is some crazy nut job to get in there and start working for the food line, at one of these schools, and then poison a bunch of kids, putting poison in their food. Now, granted, like my daughter's school, it's a bring your own. You bring your own lunch. They don't really have a lunch option there. But I remember growing up, with these public schools where you would all, you pay at the beginning of the week or end of the week, for the next week, and you would get your meals from the school if you had your school meals. And so you go through the line and you would get your food, get your tray, and then go eat wherever, in the cafe or if you're outside. But if someone were to get a hold of that at that level, and poison people, that could be an issue too. So, I hate to really take it to that degree, but I myself suffer from clinical depression, bipolar disorder. I've got several different documented disorders, but I'm doing something about it. I take medications to help myself, to better myself, so that way I'm not a threat to people out there. And I really do believe that that is the first step to fixing one's problem, is either get yourself medicated, which I highly recommend, but I do not believe medication is the actual answer. What I would really suggest: exercise, get a hobby, find a way to relieve the tension of day-to-day stress, so that way you're not just like building up to explode. Now, you can do this in non-violent ways through art, music, which are some of my favorites, or hiking, riding a bike. I don't have to tell you, but if you're looking for ideas, these are some great ideas. If you're not the type that's very social, those are great ideas. Music, art, hiking. Welcome back, D-Dub. So, if you're just joining me again, what I was discussing is, I was discussing these shootings that are happening and ways that we can fix this situation before it spirals out of control. Because quite frankly, I see two things happening at this point. I see more school shootings and more shootings in public, or bombings having it progress into something worse, which will then in turn turn into a martial law situation, or an all-out civil war. Because if there's a gun grab, you're going to have every citizen in the United States is going to stand up and say, fuck no, you're not taking my guns, you're not taking my weapons. I'm a good taxpayer. I I'm an outstanding member of my community. I help others. I always do the best thing for others. And now you want to come and take my one point of defending my family and my friends and my freedom. So, yeah, we are already at that tipping point. We've already tipped. And now, right now, what they are doing is they are looking for a way to make us defenseless by using it as an emotional reaction to the cause. Oh, we got Sister Earth here, huh? Welcome, welcome. It's good to see you. Yeah, Sister Earth. We got D-Dub, myself, Aussie Shooter. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. So I really believe that they are trying to push for a gun grab. Now, if they don't get the gun grab or the way to go ahead and rework these rules to reevaluate people that own weapons or firearms, then what they'll end up doing is tipping that iceberg to the point where we're going to have martial law if these guys don't get their way with this gun grab. It's obvious to me right now that these events that are unfolding are all part of a political power grab, is what it is. And they're going to continue to do it until, like I said, until that point where there's the point of no return. Either it's going to come down to martial law due to civil war, or it will come down to martial law due to civil unrest with the gun grab, or what could also happen is the third point that none of us want, is like where, how Australia gave up their weapons. You have all these citizens that are going to come forward and give up their guns, right? Well, you're also going to have a lot that won't give them up. And they're going to say, you know what, I'm not going to let you touch my shit. This is my way of defending my freedoms and my family. And if you take my weapons away, who's to say that some criminal out there isn't going to get a black market firearm and come and kill me, or hurt someone that I love, or even hurt somebody I don't even know? But I care about everybody the same. I care as much about my family as I care about someone that I've never met. Because every life means the same exact thing. All lives are equal. All people are equal. No one is any different from the other. Now, granted, yes, people may make, big mistakes in their lives, but it doesn't make them any less human. We're all still the same, In that respect, we're the same. Now, I'm not saying that I'm the same as a murderer or a rapist or like a wife beater, I'm not in that same spectrum. That's a completely different compartmentalization of those categories. But in respect to being a human, we are all human, right? We all deserve our rights. But yeah, it is easy to get an unregistered gun. And you know what's even easier is you can order an air gun, a 50 caliber air gun online for like $200, and it'll be shipped to your door. You can have it overnighted. Now, granted, you have to put a charge in it, but if you've got an air compressor in the back of your car or truck, or put one in your backpack with like a mobile solar panel on it, it'll keep that sucker charged up. You're always going to have air. You can walk around with a backpack with an air compressor with a little generator and a solar generator built into it, and you got yourself a mobile weapon system. All you got to do is keep it loaded. Now, granted, 50 caliber rounds, or pellets, technically, that's going to be a little bit heavy. But the point is you don't need to have a registered weapon to have a weapon, or to even have a gun in general, because those aren't even considered firearms because they don't use gunpowder. They're air guns, but they do even more damage than your typical gun on the street. Of course, it's, one shot at a time, but it's not hard to modify that stuff and make it a fully automatic air gun, pop, 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 just going off like that. Let's see. They try shit with every shooting and bombing. Yep. I can easily get an unregistered gun today. Yep. It's not the ones getting them legally. It's the ones who are not supposed to have them in the first place that makes this shit hit the fan. Now, in that respect, D-Dub, I would like to see this firearm that they've collected for Mr. Cruz, and see them pull prints off of it, not just by their police department, but by a third party certified organization that can pull prints under the observation of these other legal entities. That way, nothing can be changed. Oh, your connection is dropping out. I'm sorry. Yeah, I've got this feed running at. It says it's running at 60 frames, I believe. I'm sorry. I've got 30 frames a second right now fixed. So yeah, and this, yeah, that's perfect response right now. It's running perfect. I think what I want to do though is I want to make my logo a little bit bigger, because it's like, I don't know what, if it's YouTube, I guess. I made the logo larger and it's still the same size. They keep shrinking it down to like this little tiny cube on the side. Anyway, that's beside the point. Logo's a logo, who cares? But anyway, let's see here. Issues, mental illness, FBI completely dropped the ball. Yeah, and Sister Earth, like I was saying earlier, I have struggled with, you know, clinical depression, bipolar, mania, you know, suicidal ideations. I've had a history of being a very violent person, but I also took steps to correct those issues. You know, I meditate, I take medications to help me alleviate those symptoms. I choose to be more physically active, especially if I feel like I'm having a moment where I may, you know, be more stressed out than usual. Now in cases where I'm completely getting like agitated all the time, or somebody's, you know, nagging at me or yelling at me, I'm not going to name names, but when I'm in those situations, those are the ones that I need to remove myself from, because I know from personal experience that when I'm in those situations, that I tend to start responding in a more violent manner, because I feel like I'm being attacked on a personal level, which technically I am. But because of the way that I am, I have to also maintain myself, my composure, and also be aware that those situations are usually what set me off. So education is another thing. Mental education. So you have these people that are out there just saying, you know what, these people all treat me wrong, they step on me all the time, I'm going nowhere in my life, I try so hard, I work so hard, you know, and I know that, you know, I've been there, I still am there, I work my ass off at what I do. I've spent the last 2 years being like sick. Most of it was from mental sickness. Some of it was because I had mold poisoning from an apartment that I lived at in North Mesa. But it was black mold. Anyway, you know what? Yeah, my camera has autofocus and it also has face tracking. So if I move, see? I'm not touching anything. If I move in closer, let's see if it moves down. See? So anyway, let me get back to what I was saying here. So I have to be aware of those situations. You know, I have to be proactive. There we go. I need to be proactive about myself. Now, it's the same thing for these people that are out there that are, you know, totally losing their shit and they're popping off on people. That's not tolerated. It's definitely not tolerated. But if you feel like you're going to go out there and hurt somebody, realize that you're not just hurting them. You're hurting the people that they know, the people that they love. You're hurting yourself. You're hurting your own family. And some of these people, they may retaliate. So you think that, oh, fuck it, I'll just go to prison, or they'll put me on death row, whatever. It's not the case, man. If these people retaliate and you have a family or friends that you love, you really care about, people or things that you really care about, those people could retaliate against you, and it could start a back and forth, an uprising, and these people could basically go and kill your family, or hurt the people that you love, or hurt the things that you love. So, yeah, all the trauma that I've had all my life, I've got really bad PTSD, really, really, really bad PTSD. Like I grew up around a lot of Vietnam vets. A couple of them were my stepdads, and these guys, they would keep guns. Like one of them would keep guns in every single drawer of his house, knives and weapons inside the freezers, the fridge, the toilet tank, behind the front door, strapped to the back of the, underneath the peephole. Weapons everywhere. We had a reloading, what do you call it? A reloading room in the basement of our house in Flagstaff, where my mom and my stepdad would sit down there, and if he wasn't there, my mom would be down there just smoking cigarettes, having a beer, and reloading 38s and 44 rounds all day. But that's the way that, my stepdad was, or that particular stepdad. I have another stepdad that was in Vietnam also, where he took 15 shots to, I think it was his right thigh from behind. But he had saved some of his friends that were in service as well. And he got gunned down, and they had to repair his leg. But, to this day, he's not a violent person. He's very, very chill. I believe, let's see, he was born in 42, so he'll be 76 this year. And he's probably the most relaxed person I've ever met or known. He drinks tea. He smokes cigarettes still. But he also doesn't stress. He watches his football and basketball games and hangs out on the internet. He's a pretty good guy. But he also is aware of the damage that was done to him, but he doesn't take it on a personal level. He's able to work with that. So really, it's all about, I really do believe a lot of it has to do with education, educating yourself, and don't expect somebody to educate you on how to handle this. You have to be aware of what's going on in your head, because if you don't have a safe place here, then you don't have a safe place anywhere, because it doesn't matter where you are in the world as far as safety is concerned. If you're not safe in your mind, then you and no one else are safe around you, no matter where you are. Yeah, stress does kill, man. Which is crazy. I feel so bad for the families, and it could happen to anyone who has kids in public schools. And, and it can happen to anybody. I mean, I have a daughter that's in a private charter school, but there's no security there. There's no way of somebody being stopped. And not to say that I'm going to do this or anything. I'm just saying, if I were to walk in, like with a mock rifle or something, into her school, I'm literally like 6 feet away from, I could take out the front desk right then and there, walk down the hall, and just start shooting. It's that messed up. I'm not saying I would do that. I'm just saying, like, you got to put yourself into the minds of these people, how they think. All they think is, I'm gonna get the biggest gun I can get and the biggest magazine, and just start gunning people down. Now, if you had somebody at that front door that was locked and loaded, or even someone at the front door, back door of these buildings, and then you've got people at different points at the ends of the parking lots around these campuses that are checking vehicles and checking people that come into these, campuses, and not just at schools. Libraries, that's a good place right there, because most people that go to a library aren't going to be, just generally carrying a weapon. But think about all of the places that people will go, like the mall, grocery store, places where people aren't expecting to have something like this happen. You should be expecting it to happen at all times, at any place, anytime. Doesn't matter how safe you feel. Know that the threat is there. It's real. And I think that's exactly what's happened. Is we've developed this delusion in our minds that we're safe. Oh, it's all right. I'll leave my front door unlocked. Nothing ever happens. Oh, I'll leave my back window open. Nothing ever happens. Let's go to sleep like that. Then you end up having these assholes that go and they ruin somebody's life because they had an advantage. They were able to get in. Oh, well, they left their front door unlocked. I don't have to worry about kicking it in now. Just come on in and take them out while they're sleeping. And then you have a whole family dead from getting their coat. They don't even have to use a gun. They could come in with a fucking steak knife and just start slicing throats while they're all sleeping. They cover their mouth, cut their throat. Next, just go down the line. There's sick people out there. And quite frankly, if they really wanted to handle this, they would take everybody that's a registered gun owner. And I say registered because obviously you're not going to be able to get everybody, right? You take all the people that are registered gun owners and you give them a psychological evaluation. Now, I would be focusing on people that have been in active duty because they're high risk. Anybody that has PTSD, high risk. I am a high risk person. So if I wanted a firearm, I would need to be evaluated. Like they ask you the typical questions. Have you been thinking about thoughts of suicide? Do you feel like Do you feel like harming yourself or someone else? What I don't know if you guys get my drift, right? So you want to be asking these probing questions to figure out if somebody is still good enough to own these weapons, let alone use them, or be trusted to be by themselves with them. But you'll have these people that will say, "Oh, well, you're not going to take my rights away." Okay, well, if you've got a history of beating your wife and you own a firearm, guess what? Your gun's going, bro. If you got a history of, violence in public, just randomly punching people or starting fights, you need an evaluation. There's a 70-30 chance that you're going to lose your gun. If you tend to have a track record in school of being violent towards teachers or students, automatically that should be like a 90-10 ratio that person gets denied until further evaluation, or put them on 100%. If they don't own one or not registered yet, 100% ban them until they get that psychological test done, because they need to know where these people stand as an individual, to know if they have empathy and moral fiber, and ethics. What are their values? What are their core beliefs? There's a new gun owner every single day. I'm sure there's thousands every single day. So let's see here. Good, bro. I'm glad I got trolled the shit out of last night. Ask Pinky. Oh, wow. That sucks, Halo. It's easier to get a gun out the street than buy one in the store. True. And that's why I think that we need to start putting RFIDs in all the guns. That way we know exactly where they're at. If they can track a gun with an RFID, that'd be perfect. Same person, 6 accounts, poor, sad person. I actually felt bad for them. Oh, wow. What an asshole. Like, how, okay, see, okay, that's a red flag, guys, all right? That's a red fucking flag right there in the wind. If you have somebody that's out there making 6 accounts just to troll somebody, that person needs some love in their life, man. Because that's a potential person that could go out and say, you know what? Fuck these guys. I'm going to run their night tonight. I'm going to go troll them. And then what happens? All they're doing is they're asking for it. They're asking for somebody to hit them back so they can be like, I had a reason to get back at them. Fuck them. You know? Well, I hope you're doing well too, Halo. I was playing some Rainbow Six Siege last night. I don't know if you had that game, but yeah. Hit me up if you want to play later. Or in a little while. I really hope you guys are all having a good day, you know. I've got a week, exactly a week until I start work for this new contract. So my boss says that it'll pay like $20 to $30 an hour. 12 hours per night. A few nights that I'm scheduled, so you know, do the math. Exactly. Exactly, Halo. These guys are all looking for a reason. You know what? Let me check my camera here because I'm kind of going nuts watching this autofocus go back and forth here. Sources. Configure video. Face tracking. Let's turn that off. We'll keep it about right there. Let's see if that works. Alright. There. Now we don't have this like zoom in and pan, you know. I'll do that later if I need it, but let's see here. I wonder if there's a way I can pull this chat into this feed too. I know that there's a way. I just have to figure out how to break it out. They do need some love. They said they love hearing about all these shootings and they want to do shootings themselves. Wow. Being racist, it was a damn mess. Hey, Oreo's here, guys. Say hello to Oreo. If you guys haven't, you know, I know a lot of my subs have already subscribed to each other. If you can do the same, reach out to Oreo. And technically we don't sub, as D-Dub said, we dub. Some of us dab and some of us dub. But there's a good chance if you're dabbing, you're dubbing. And if you're dubbing, you're going to be dabbing. So, yeah, I turned the autofocus off. Yeah, sorry about that, man. Hey, Daddy. Oh, okay. We got Daddy D. Is it Daddy DEA or Daddy D4? Or Daddy? Thanks for coming by last night. Okay, cool. So, yeah, we got people jumping into each other's streams again. That's awesome. 16 people away from 170. That is awesome. That's really awesome. You know what? Let me go ahead and click on your profile here. Let me see if I can pull it up. Now, I believe that I'm already dubbed up with your channel here. Not sure why it's not responding. Come on. Go to channel. Damn it, it did it again. 276? Holy shit, D. That is awesome, brother. That is so awesome. I think I was like at 130, dude. Like, I am not getting very many subs. And I'm really putting the effort in. Like, I don't understand if I'm doing something wrong, but You know, I do gaming. I've been doing the music, and with the music in mind, I am working on a way to get that taken care of. With that said, I'm going to check to see how I add in a an app here. Multi-view. So any of you at work right now? Not that it's really my business, but you know. Okay, yeah, I am already subscribed, Daddy or Daddy D4. Subscribe. You know what? Let me hit the bell. Go ahead and ring your bell for you. Come on. There we go. It does take a moment for this to refresh. Come on now. So we got sources here. See if we can add a new source. Game capture. Video capture. Window capture. Audio input. Audio output. Okay. Audio output capture. Desktop audio. Okay, awesome. Let's try this, guys. I'm going to see if I can get us some music playing back on here. Let's see. Come on now. Cancel that. Go to sources. We're going to add source. Audio output. Make source visible. Create new. You know what? Let's see if we can do this here. Device. What do we set to on here? Speakers. Come on. Use device timestamps. Alright, let's see if that happens now. Anything. I'm still not certain if you can hear anything. Sorry, everybody. I'm having a bit of a delay here. Come on. Come on now, refresh. I'm waiting for my screen to load back up here because I just literally lost my chat. I'm trying to pull it back up. If you could bear with me here. Dude. It should never take this long. Thank goodness for vaping, right? Alright, let's try Control-Alt-Delete. So yeah, but I got the software going here. I'm able to do live streams directly off the computer here. And right now I'm working on broadcasting internally through this software from my synthesizer program and my recording studio software. Come on, task manager, let's go. God, my nose has been itching like crazy. It's like right here, right on the tip of my nose. Come on. I think I just need to close out my recording studio software because it's just killing it right now. I'm using so much. Yeah, my CPU is just tanking. Oh, and then Google Chrome opened again. Oh shit. I actually just lost my browser. Awesome. Go ahead and reopen this, guys. Come on. All right. Check, check, check. So we got a slight delay here, like before. Not sure where my chat window at. Wow. Where is my chat at? I only see the video here. I'm not seeing the whole thing. Oh, here we go. This is listed as gaming, Google Lively. Wow. This makes no sense. It says President Trump honors law enforcement, comma, Nancy Pelosi. I am so confused because one report I'll read will say, like, you know, that he's pretty pissed off with Nancy Pelosi or Chuck Schumer, you know, these Democrats or these people that are standing in his way of true reform and progression with the United States, and not just the United States, but our policies with the rest of the countries of the world. And now there's, I don't know, or maybe there's something else to this title here. Maybe it's just President Trump honors law enforcement, and then comma, and then maybe there's something else to this. Oh, here we go. Have I had a chance to do anything with my intro, or with your intro? You know, I have been working on it. I'm trying to come up with something that screams D-dub. Oh, here, let me go ahead and let's see what I missed here. Candy has 332 subs. Wow. It is 11:05 here for me. You network more on other streams. Yeah, you know, basically, I'm at the point where if someone's gonna sub, they're gonna sub. I would love to have, you know, 1,000 or 10,000 or even 1,000,000 subs like these other channels, and if I did, you know, that would really push me to really go and do more. But I feel like my momentum just kind of like I hit a point and then just kind of stopped. I've even been going to these live chats, you know, that you guys go to, and it says like, hey, you know, go in here and everybody sub up to each other. And then I heard this morning that YouTube is trying to shut it all down. So anybody that's doing these sub for subs, or anybody that is trying to get 1,000 or more, even if you hit that and the 4,000, that they're still going to scrutinize, and they're going to put you like in the 99%er bucket and shut you down anyway. Which is pretty messed up, because I guess they have some agreement that they are only going to keep monetizing the big channels. Doesn't matter what we do, that these other channels are still going to take the cake, and at the end of the day, we're not going to even get scraps, which is a pretty big shit show if you ask me. You need another cartridge for your vape? What, do you have like a Juul or something? Because like with vapes, maybe you're talking about the atomizer, like for a tank. See, mine's a rebuildable on this particular one, but I have several different types. Like I've got tanks and rebuildable decks. But you can rebuild your atomizers. You just take them apart, you make a new coil. Or you can keep the coil that came with it and just put new cotton in there. Well, you have to be careful not to break it. Otherwise, you got to make a new coil when you do it. Let's see here. Oh, you're taking off, Halo? Absolutely, dude. You know what? I am interested in knowing. Let's see if I can get this guitar to play back pretty well in here. Because Lord knows I am bored as fuck. As some people would say. If you're the believing type. Even if you're not the believing type, I still think it's a pretty nice way of saying I'm fucking bored. Ow. Not really sure what happened here. My mic's on. Cool. That's all plugged in. Let's see how much this is actually picking up in this stereo feed here. Oh wow. This is way behind, man. What is going on? Here, let me see if I can fast forward this guy here. Here, let's stop. I'm gonna stop playing this back. I'm gonna hit F5 on here. So to reload. Hello?
Hey, hi.
Hey.
Hey, what are you doing?
Just playing guitar.
Okay, just making sure you're not watching Netflix.
What?
Alright.
Huh?
I said just make sure you're not watching Netflix.
Okay.
Because I'm going to turn it on.
You still at Vero's?
So, yeah, no, remember I told you I had to go take her to go get her social security card?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. But I wanted to turn on some comedy stuff on Netflix.
So you guys are waiting there and you're just killing time?
No. Well, we got there, and apparently what we had was not sufficient.
Huh.
we have to go and get the baby's shot record from her doctor's office. Luckily, we don't have to go all the way back to Queen Street to get it.
Okay.
They have another office that we can actually go.
And she hung up. I don't think anybody's watching right now, are they? Hey.
Go to one of those really authentic message feeds.
Hello.
Hey,
Hey, baby.
if you don't answer Ryan's phone and you just let it answer, it shuts off within a minute.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, well, I hit answer this time.
Okay, so anyways, what I was saying was, luckily that there's another doctor's office in Tempe,
Uh-huh.
so we don't have to drive all the way out to Queen Creek to get the shot records.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like, because Veronica answered all our questions, like, really quick, you know, and then she, pulled out the birth certificate, she had access paperwork, yada, 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 and they're like, oh, this is not good enough. We need her shot record from her doctor with the stamp on it, and the date, and a wet signature.
Uh-huh.
But what the fuck? I heard it go this way, I thought. Alright.
Seems like it's just a big runaround.
Yeah, pretty much. So, alright, hey, let me, call you back, alright?
Alright, baby. Well, I'll be here. I'm just trying to come up with some riffs for the guitar.
You're trying to what?
I'm trying to come up with some guitar riffs. But I'm also live. I'm on YouTube right now, live streaming through OBS.
Well, why didn't you fucking tell me that? Alright, bye.
Alright, love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Okay, well, I hit answer this time.
I'm pretty sure you guys can go back and hear that part where I said that I was on YouTube live streaming. I said, yeah, I'm live streaming. Right. I said that. What the f- Why is it taking so long? Well, guys,
Seems like it's a big runaround.
here, let's go ahead and kill Microsoft Edge. Mm-hmm. Well, begins to die. I'd love to just give in. I'd love to live this. I've been to back and back. I'm wild out my day. Like a thing to say. The minute that it's born, it begins to die. I'd love to just give in. I'd love to live this. I wouldn't mind playing that one, like, do the guitar tracks and then do the vocals. You know what? Maybe I should try recording it. How about that? Let's see here. Audacity. This chair is making my butt hurt. I need a real chair, that's what I need. Check, check, check. Check, 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 check all the way. If you check with a check, 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 you won't go all day. Alright, come on. Waiting for this to load. Load. Low. Low. Oh. Pretty cool. See, there's no sound, and as soon as I start doing that, pretty cool. All right. Anyway, let's try this. What the? Am I not recording? No. Uh-oh. Hold on a second, people. Turtle Beach. Let's try it. I don't even think it's recording. Let me check it. What? Click drag. Wait, what? Damn it. Huh? Let's get rid of that. this. Turn this way, like so. Let's try it again. Oh, did it stop? Really? That's some bullshit. I can still hear the tick. That is some bullshit. That little part there. Shit. So undo. I needed it like, you know what? Yeah. see here. Damn it. Ugh.